Hello, welcome to Dun Girls Podcast. My name is Justin. Today we're reviewing another comic book. Well, it's been a week, over a week actually. I was supposed to review this yesterday. This is the 100-page Titans, Giant Titans, which came out in 2020, and this I guess was originally sold for $5. I got for like $2.50 last year. And it collects 5 stories. The first one has, this lineup. Then the second one's like a standalone Raven story. Right? I'll show it to you. So this is the first story. History Lessons by Phil Hester with art by Scott Kolbish. Right? Next story is Raven and What's So Normal, where Raven takes on a cult. She goes to rescue a girl from a cult. Right. The third story is just like random, they took a comic from like the 70s where they where two teams of Titans help out like a floating train and a floating aircraft carrier, because there's this villain called Captain Calamity who has like an anti-gravity gun, right? An interesting lineup. You got Robin, Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, and Harley Quinn. Never heard of that character. You got Golden Eagle, who's like a sidekick to like Hawkman. Didn't know Hawkman had a sidekick. You got Batgirl, not Barbara Gordon, but like Kathy Kane or something. Her name. Beast Boy, Lilith, Hawk, and Dove. Right. And the other story is you got Stargirl and Everything to Everyone, written by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, with art by Emmanuel Lupusciano. This is about like Stargirl moves to Florida, right? And that's basically the story. She meets like new people. And the last story, which is Super Sons, Part 1, Bad Guys, Gays, or whatever, written by Peter J. Tomasi with art by Carlo Barberi. So, here's my problem with this book. 100 pages. I paid $2.50 for it, and it sucks. You had a decent cover, but the problem with the book is that 3 out of 5 of the stories are average at best, with bad dialogue and kind of okay art, but not really. And 3 out of 5 of the stories are not standalone. They're not standalone stories. So for something like this, you would want to have 5 standalone stories, kind of like with that other 100-page comic book, DC comic book I reviewed, Batman, whatever, from like the 1970s. It's on my DC Comics reviews playlist. You can find it easily. Right? That had 5 different stories. Actually, more than 5. There was 3 Batman stories and 5 random stories with one with Hawkman, Hawkgirl, one with the Atom, Ray Palmer, the Atom, and Satara, or not Satara, Satana, whatever, and Green Lantern also, and the what's his name? The martial arts guy. Fuck. Manhunter. Right, Manhunter, I think. Yeah. So, like, not Martian Manhunter. This was like a martial arts guy who called himself Manhunter. Yeah, so that was, you know, how you would do a 100-page comic book, right? With, like, you know, anthology. Here, this was just garbage, man. It was not good. The first story was okay. It was like the Titans were hanging out, were having a training session with Dick Grayson on how they need to stop relying on powers. Says the guy who has no powers, right? And then they get attacked by, you know, alien statue, right? There's the alien statue. And how they defeat it is by Raven and Beast Boy using their powers. Completely, you know, completely, like, you know, contradicting, like, you know, Dick Grayson's, like, you know, a lesson where, like, oh, you guys need to, you know, stop relying on your powers. You need to, like, you know, have multiple skill sets and shit. So, like, really dumb. And the characters pretty much talk like how they do in the 2004 cartoon. Even in, like, the this one, where Corey probably more accurately talks like she does in the Teen Titans Go cartoon, which a lot of people hate. I think it's decent, but whatever. I mean, it's like a comedy cartoon. Like, what can you expect, right? This one was just like, you know, the Super Sons on vacation, where John Kent is just annoying the crap out of, like, Damian Wayne, and then they get attacked by kid versions of, like, the League of Evil or whatever. You got, like, a kid version of Lex Luthor, which I thought that was Gizmo from, like, at first I thought that was Gizmo from, like, Teen Titans. But yeah, you got, like, a kid version of what's his name? Fuck. Captain Cold. You got a fat kid playing as, like, you know, Deadshot, Brainiac, Joker, and Sasquatch Man. That they just show up at the end, man, because they're like, you know, and it's sequel based. So yeah, this is not good. I would not recommend this for people. Even for $2.50, it's not worth it. Cause, like, even, like, the decent, like, it's like decent stories and then bad stories. It's not worth it. It's not. I'm sorry, I'm not really going into detail, but it's not. This took me like 2 days to read. It was not. It's not good, man. It's not good. So if I were to give this a rating, 3 out of 10. Next week, we're going to review Thanos Cosmic Powers, which looks really cool. Not very 90s. And it's written by Ron Mars with art by Tom Greenberg, Ron Lim, Jeff Moore, Andy Smith, and Scott Eden. Tom Greenberg, I think, worked on Squadron Supreme, which I really like that. So yeah, we're gonna review this next week. Hopefully, it's good. Right? And yeah, I'm gonna try to. I have a crap load. I have a huge trades backlog. So we're gonna try to get through that before I do any more comic book hauls. So cause I have at least like 30 trades I should review. So yeah. So the last comic book haul that I did, that's probably gonna be the last one for a while. Cause yeah, we need to start working on these reviews. So sorry, this was a very lukewarm review, but this was a very lukewarm book. Maybe next week's comic review will be better.